Friends, I'm back. Here's what I'm going to be using. From this sheet of paper that we had glued into our notebook, I cut the strips and I put them over here and I colored them. And these are the strips that I'm going to be using to help me as I compare fractions. I've got my whole, my halves, my thirds, my fourths, my fifths, eighths, and sixths. That's as far as I'm going to go today, okay? And I've already written down two fractions that I want to compare. So right now, I'm going to compare 2/3 and 3/8. So I'm going to go back up here and find my thirds, and I'm going to take two of them, and I'm going to line them up next to each other, and we are going to compare them. So there are my 2/3. Now I have to find how many eighths? 3/8. So I'm going to go back up here to my paper, look for the eighths. Here they are. And I'm going to take 3 of them and I'm going to bring them back over here and line them up directly underneath 2/3. So here's 1/8, 2/8, and there is 3/8. So now if I zoom out a little bit, you can look at the strips and you can see which fraction is larger. And again, this helps because sometimes we always get confused about retraining our brain. We know that eighths are smaller than thirds. And we definitely know that now because you can look at the pictures and tell. So now that we can see that 2/3 is larger than 3/8 and definitely longer, what sign would we put inside of this circle that I'm going to make right now? Would it be greater than, less than, or equal? Again, we're comparing 2/3 to 3/8. If you said greater than, you are correct. And our proof is there. So now I'll take these off. I'm just going to slide them off. And now I'm going to do another one. This time, let's compare 3/4 to, let's say 2/5. Notice Miss Harley is not using unit fractions this time. I'm just going to take my strips and start comparing. So here's my 3/4 that I'm going to take. And I'm going to line those up. This would be 1, 2, and there's 3, right? And then I'm going to compare it to 2/5. So I'm going to go up and find my fifths. Here's 1, 2, and I'm going to take those, bring them down here, and I'm going to line them up underneath to make sure they're lined up correctly. And now I can compare. Which fraction is larger? Is it 3/4 or 2/5? Lining them up and comparing the strips should help you to see that. Obviously, we know it's 3/4. What sign is going to go in between the two fractions? Is it going to be greater than, less than, or equal? We know that 3/4 is longer, which means it's larger than 2/5. So our answer again is greater than. Very good. So we know greater than is our answer. So I'm going to take those off. And then we're going to do another one over here. This time Miss Harlan's going to do 1/2. And I'm going to compare that to 3/6. So let's find those fractions. So I'm going to go up here. Here's my half strip. I'm going to take that and put it down here. And then I'm going to find 3/6. I'm going to get the 6 and I'm going to get 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. And then I'm going to line those up. So here is the half. And here are the 3/6. That's 1, 2, 3. When I line them up, what do you notice, my friends? What do you notice? That those fractions are equal to each other. They both end at the same place. So we know inside the circle, we're going to put equal. Those fractions are equal to each other. Okay, one more and I'm done. Now this time I'm going to do 4/8. And I want to compare that to, let's do 3/5. You can make up whatever fraction you want and then use those strips. So let me put my little circle in here. And I'm going to go up and I'm going to find my 4/8. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So there it is down there, my friends. I have 4/8. I'm just going to move that down a little bit. Move that over, move that over. There's my 4/8. Now I got to find 3/5. So I'm going to go up and find my 3/5. 1, 2, and then the last one is 3. So let's line these babies up. Sorry. And let's see if they're equal, if one is longer, and we can be able to put our answer in the circle. Whoops. All right, so comparing these fractions, I'm trying to line them up as best I can, everybody. All right, there we go. That'll work. So it's pretty close, isn't it? But when you look at it, which fraction is larger? Is it 4/8? I'm just trying to clean this up a little bit for you guys. Is it 4/8 or is it 3/5? If you said 3/5, you are correct. What sign now would go in the circle to represent that? You're comparing 4/8 to 3/5. All right. If you said less than, you are correct. Because 4/8 is smaller than 3/5. Only by a little bit, but 3/5 is a little bit longer. Okay, my friends, that is it for today. I hope that you enjoyed doing this real quick, and I will see you next week. Again, happy birthday, Safe. If you do anything great, you can send me a message on Remind app and let me know how your day was. Have a great weekend, everybody. Bye.